Assassin's Creed is a series all about leaping from rooftop to rooftop across numerous historically significant time periods and locations, but at the core of the Assassin's Creed series is one singular organization: Abstergo Industries. But what exactly is Abstergo? Why are they so obsessed with memories of people who lived centuries ago? And why did they found a company that ships out console versions of the Animus so people can basically play Assassin's Creed on them? Jesus, that's so meta. Well, take a seat and have a listen as I run through a rapid explanation of Abstergo Industries. But before we do that, I need to make a disclaimer. There are going to be a ton of spoilers in this video all throughout the Assassin's Creed franchise. So, if you do not want to be spoiled, pause this video, play through the entire Assassin's Creed line of games, and then come back and unpause. Don't worry, we'll still be here. In order to talk about Abstergo, we first have to establish who the Templars are. So let's jump way back into the past, back to prehistoric times in fact, and go over the origins of the Order of the Knights Templar. It is speculated that the Templar Order was initially started by Cain. Yes, that Cain, the son of Adam who killed his brother Abel, which in the Assassin's Creed universe was because Cain wanted Abel's piece of Eden. The mark that Cain was branded with ultimately became the symbol which the Templars united under. The Templars were established with the goal of creating a perfect world, one that emphasized purpose, order, and control over individual freedom. This puts them directly at odds with another group that stood for freedom and equality, the Assassins. Templars and Assassins are essentially two sides of the same coin, both factions fighting to achieve a perfect utopia for humanity, but in fundamentally different and opposing ways. And so began the secret covert war waged throughout history of the Templars versus the Assassins. The Templars would seek to aid various rulers to maintain control and power through their knowledge of powerful ancient artifacts, while Assassins attempted to stop them through surgically precise assassinations. Xerxes, the First of Persia, Alexander the Great of Macedonia, Julius Caesar of Rome, all powerful rulers that were aided by Templars in their conquests, and all of whom were killed by assassins. Xerxes killed by the assassin Darius in the first use of a hidden blade, Alexander poisoned by the assassin Iltani, and Caesar assassinated by Brutus and Cassius, both of whom were members of the Assassin Brotherhood. Just like in real life, right? This continues pretty much all throughout history. The reason why Templars were usually so successful with manipulating these powerful rulers is through the use of supernatural artifacts known as Pieces of Eden, remnants of the first civilization that hold enormous power over humans. It was the Apple of Eden that brainwashed the people of Germany to support Hitler. It was the Shroud of Eden that resurrected Jesus Christ. And the Swords of Eden were wielded by many of the most powerful warriors in history, like Perseus, who used the sword to slay Medusa, Genghis Khan, and Attila the Hun. So yeah, these Pieces of Eden were super important to the Templars, and by extension, the Assassins. But we'll come back to them in just a little bit. Now that we've gone over the war between the Templars and the Assassins, the stage is set to start talking about Abstergo Industries. Abstergo was founded in 1937 by a collection of wealthy bankers, politicians, and industrialists, including one Henry Ford, as part of, quote-unquote, the plan, which was a strategy from the Templar Order that revolved around total control through economics. Following World War II, Abstergo had become a global economic and technological powerhouse, despite always remaining in the shadows. It helped create NASA, it involved itself in international affairs to spread capitalism all throughout the world, and it used its influence to assassinate anyone standing in their way. Like, for example, John F. Kennedy, who, as we all know, was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald, a Templar sleeper agent. Eventually, Abstergo emerged from the shadows primarily as a pharmaceutical corporation, because you can't be an evil corporation these days unless you dip your toes into pharmaceuticals, right? Their big initiative was known as the Animus Project, which all Assassin's Creed fans should be quite familiar with. Through the Animus, Abstergo would be able to probe deep within the memories of subjects' ancestors with the goal of locating the Pieces of Eden, and eventually succeed in their ultimate goal of placing an Apple of Eden inside a satellite that could orbit the Earth and control the population. This project was called Abstergo. But diving into people's memories to find Pieces of Eden wasn't the Animus's only use though. For example, with Subject 4, Daniel Cross, Abstergo used the Animus on Daniel at a young age, forcing him to relive the memories of his ancestors, and having their skills and abilities pass on to him through what's known as the bleeding effect. Then they used an Apple of Eden's power to make him a Templar sleeper cell, so that when the Assassins picked up on his talents many years later and welcomed him into their order, he would awaken and kill the mentor of the Assassin Brotherhood. Upon Cross's return return to the Templar Order, he spilled the assassins' secrets, specifically the locations of their camps, leading to what's known as the Great Purge, which decimated the Assassin's Order, forcing them into hiding and allowing them only to operate out of small cells. Then came Desmond Miles, a descendant of Master Assassins Altair Ibn Lahad, Ezio Auditore, Edward Kenway, and many more. Desmond was the 17th subject of the Animus Project, preceded by Subject 16, Clay Kashmarek, who was an undercover member of the Assassin's Order sent to infiltrate Abstergo and learn the secrets of the Animus Project. Ultimately, his prolonged exposure to the Animus, along with the realization that he had been betrayed by Lucy Stillman, a former assassin who defected to the Templar Order, caused Clay to go a little bit crazy, and he ended up killing himself. Or sorta? I mean, Clay lives on in the Animus as a weird AI reconstruction of himself, and uses his influence within the Animus to guide Desmond to what he eventually needs to do. Back to Desmond though. Through the Animus, the head of research at Abstergo, Warren Vidic, was able to get what he wanted, a map of pieces of Eden strewn all throughout the world. Vidic believes Abstergo has all they need from Desmond and plans to kill him, but Lucy is convinced that there's something else within Desmond's memories that needs to be explored. So, she breaks him out of Abstergo and dives deeper into the memory of Ezio. What they find is a warning. A warning from the precursor Minerva that the catastrophic event that destroyed the first civilization was going to happen again. And before we get too deep down this rabbit hole, let's jump back out, because honestly, all the stuff involving Juno, Minerva, the first civilization, it's not really related to Abstergo, at least not at this point. Eventually, the conclusion of this whole mess is Desmond kills Vidic, which makes the Abstergo project a moot point without the head of research, and it causes Abstergo to shift their gears towards another endeavor: video games! For real guys, Assassin's Creed is weird. Abstergo Entertainment makes video games that act as propaganda machines that they can sell and pass off as entertainment. Researchers, like the one you play as in Assassin's Creed 4, explore the memories of numerous samples, including Desmond Miles, and unlock all of the memories and secrets hidden within. Then the Templars go in and scrub away any mention of the first civilization, make themselves look good, assassins look bad, and then take that experience and sell it as a game to spread the good name of the Templars. Templars, yay! Assassins, boo! And that's kind of where we are right now. With Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Juno's finally getting back into the mix as she has started to manipulate key members of Abstergo, which we'll no doubt see more of when the next Assassin's Creed game comes out in 2017. As always with these rapid explanations, we've glossed over a ton of stuff, especially about the first civilization. But hopefully after all this, you'll have a better understanding of what Abstergo and the Templars are all about, why the transition occurred from Abstergo Industries to Abstergo Entertainment, and maybe even made a little bit of sense out of Assassin's Creed's complex web of tales. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. We really appreciate you spending the time to check us out. If you enjoyed what you saw here, dropping us a like would go a long way in helping us out, and maybe even consider subscribing, because we here at gameranx put out awesome videos every single day. Thanks once again. This is Mitchell from gameranx. You can find me at Jurassic Rabbit on Twitter, and I'll see you next time.